All right. Welcome back to NMI Sport Report. I'm here with Nick and Patrick. We'll be talking about week 3 of football. Absolute rat piss. But start off with Thursday. And we had the Patriots Jets. 3-0 linemen out. No one could have told me that the Patriots were going to do that bad. I would have thought that they would come out swinging, keep it a little bit closer, but 24-3 is unacceptable. Didn't like that game at all. We did have some props that people had bet in that. Nick had Brees Hall over receiving yards, which is hit, and I think that was and then Patrick had Brees Hall touchdown, which had also hit. So good picks there. What do you guys think of that game?
It was pretty shitty. I had Ramondre also. I didn't say it on here, but I had him for a touchdown. I put it on there, and then that didn't hit. I didn't think they were gonna get one in the air, and they didn't, obviously, but it's because that secondary is pretty good. But yeah, I expected one on the ground, something. It was a brutal game.
Yeah,
Got to see Drake May at least. He didn't look
I'm excited.
phenomenal, but first couple minutes.
Yeah, and then Nick had said Alan Lazard was going to have a better game just because Christian Watson was over on Garrett Wilson, and he did. I mean,
Did
arguably,
technically.
yeah, he did have a little bit more yards, but Garrett had more catches, and I think Garrett had a touchdown where Lazard had a touchdown too. It was that
I don't think either of them had a touchdown.
they both went no touchdowns.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
can't
I'm pretty
remember.
sure that Braylon Allen and Brees Hall were the only ones that scored.
Wow. Let me
I'm
check
pretty
because
sure because
I
because I also thought that Lazard would get a touchdown this week, and I'm pretty
oh
sure.
no, Lazard
I
had a
know he
touchdown, Garrett
did.
had a touchdown, and Brees had a touchdown. So, but
Oh,
they
they
had
all yeah they all did.
the same stats. Like Lazard had, I think Lazard's touchdown was the one where his shirt got pulled on the string.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like his shirt got pulled and he had run. He was still running.
Yeah.
Um, Conklin had honestly the best game out of all the players. Like Conklin had almost 100 yards. That was pretty good on his part. Not a very exciting game. I mean, going into it, I would have said Patriots could have covered, but having 3-0 line out is not the way to go. I mean, Nick and I have talked about how the O line is probably one of the most important aspects of a football team. You
Bro,
could
it
have
is.
some, yeah,
If you think about it, like so many people put the blame of like a team on the back of like a few of their star players, right? They put
yeah,
all the blame for the Bears on Caleb Williams. They put justifiably they put the blame of the Panthers on Bryce Young, which we just saw is like it actually fucking was Bryce Young that was the
Yeah.
issue, right?
yeah,
But like if you think about it, just statistically, the offensive line consists of 5 of the starting 11 of your team, right? So
yeah,
that's a fucking very significant point in your offense. And even just having one key player like injured or replaced on that line can fuck everything up, especially if it's somebody like a center. I don't know, or like center and left tackle. I think that those two are like inarguably the most important positions for the offensive line that you need someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. Because if
yeah.
not, the entire offensive line fucking crumbles and your entire team. What happens? Your quarterback can't throw, your running backs can't run, and your receivers cannot catch balls as a result of not having any time to develop their routes. So you see that shit with the Patriots, and I mean, it's just telling. I was gonna like I would love to have used the fucking Panthers as an example, but clearly that's not an issue for them. They have an actual good offensive line, or Andy Dalton is just like fucking Drew Brees reincarnated or some shit, like coming into the league just lighting shit up on his first game back. So yeah,
I'm glad you brought up the specific positions on the line because I believe the Patriots had a center, left tackle, right tackle all out of the game. Made Jacoby Brissett look like shit. Ramondre couldn't run the
hey,
ball.
let's be real. The offensive line doesn't need to be out for Jacoby Brissett to look like shit. All right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they can still stay competitive with good teams. So I'm not knocking Jacoby Brissett necessarily. And like overall, I'm just saying the Patriots should have stayed competitive after beating the biggest upset of the week 1 against the Bengals, taking on the Seahawks, going to overtime with them. I mean, they've had a shitty game this week versus the Dolphins, which I
I'll
get,
give you
but
I'll give you the Seahawks, but the fucking Bengals look like shit.
Yeah,
the rat piss
Bengals are
organization.
garbage. Like
but
they
that's
are
a
not a
team.
good team.
That's a team
And
they should beat.
in my spreadsheet, because I have this ledger where I record every fucking football take by multiple people just to keep track of it. My preseason prediction was that Joe Burrow was going to have a down year. I didn't expect that to apply to the entirety of the Bengals, but the Bengals starting out 0-3 is fucking hot garbage. I did
Rat
not
piss.
that's horrible. Like
Yeah.
for a team, for the thing that like pisses me off about the Bengals too, it seems like everybody is clinging to that Super Bowl run that Joe Burrow had, and they just keep referencing it like, oh dude, like this guy's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, no the fuck he's not. He can't lead his team to win. They're 0-3. They have one of the best receivers, probably the best like wide receiver, like one of the best wide receivers rooms in the league. They have fucking Jamar T, and I mean that Isavas guy has to prove himself or whatever, but they have weapons. It's not like they're lacking on offense, but they just can't seem to win games. I don't know if it's their defense. I haven't really watched Bengals games. There's just not a team that I'm like really interested in. Like I just don't really give a shit.
I mean,
don't
if their defense can't stop the Patriots, I forgot who they played week 2, and then the Commanders. I would have thought they would have won all
with the Chiefs,
three.
I think.
Okay. Oh,
The
yeah.
Chiefs,
Then that was
that's
the best game.
yeah.
That was their best game, and their defense does look horrible. I was watching that game last night thinking either Jaden Daniels is the best thing that's ever happened in the NFL, and the Commanders are good, or the Bengals have no defense. And I'm going to go with the Bengals have no defense,
Bengals have it.
just seeing that they're 0-3, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
couldn't stop the run either. It wasn't just Jaden. You look good
Yeah.
running and he looked good passing, but I mean they couldn't stop anything.
Jaden Daniels, I honestly like more than Lamar now. He's got such great like finesse moves and everything when he's running the ball. He just looks very athletic, and when he's got great agility. When he was going out of bounds,
that was fun to
sometimes and he
watch.
put the ball behind his back, and it's like, dude, he had some great moves where I was like, this guy is going to go for. He's going to take the Commanders somewhere. I mean, I can maybe see a playoff run out of the Commanders if they'll keep playing
That'd
like
be
that.
crazy.
But
That'd be crazy. I think that it's really impressive what he's able to do with the like. I think like on paper, like the Commanders aren't even that good of a team. Like they're not.
oh no, not at all.
Like Terry. Like let's be real. Like Terry McLaurin is not even in the conversation for like a top 10 receiver in the league, and Jaden Daniels is making that offense work with a lack of weapons.
I think Terry's pretty good. I just think
I don't think he's top 10 though. Like
I don't
I'm
know
talking
about top 10. Well, give me 9. Give me 9 that are better than him.
Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Mike
AJ
Evans.
Brown's kind of crazy.
AJ, you don't think
I think they're
AJ
more.
Brown,
I think they're more similar than.
Amon Ra, Jamar, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb,
I
Nico
would put
Collins.
Terry in the top 15, to be honest. At least top 15.
I would say top. Yeah,
I mean,
I would say
maybe-
top 15.
Maybe
I
not
would say
top 10,
15.
but I would
DK.
say Terry's pretty good.
That's 10.
And-
I wouldn't put him above Rashee Rice.
It depends though, because he's always had such a bad team and bad string of quarterbacks to throw to him. So it's really
and he
hard to these
still-
other
He
guys.
still shows up with his terrible offense, where it's like
It's
any
just
Chiefs
flexible.
Chiefs guy, you could like put that with like whoever Tom Brady had. Like Mahomes is gonna make his people around him better.
Yeah.
So like
But the other thing that you also have to think about is like, look, the stats that Terry McLaurin put up, he like last year. If you use the argument that he never had a quarterback, I understand that, but also remember that shit quarterbacks throw a fuckload to the people that are just like, remember,
Yeah,
okay,
whoever's
out there, like
Yeah.
Sam. Remember, let me remind you, Sam Howell for a long time like led the league in passing yards and passing attempts because he was just throwing every single fucking down. If you watched him last year, dude, the guy
Yeah.
was like averaging like 40 pass attempts a game, and he would just like throw it up to like Terry McLaurin or whoever the fuck was on that. Who was on the? Was it Dotson that was on the?
Jahan Dotson, I think
Yeah,
he got traded
that was the other guy.
to the Giants or the Eagles or something.
No, you got traded to the Eagles, but I don't think that
Yeah.
guy's that great. But I mean, like, no, I'm not trying to like disrespect Terry McLaurin. I don't think that he's like I'm using it as an example as to why Jaden Daniels is better than I expected because
he
Like,
doesn't have great weapons, but he does have Terry. But
look,
I would
right,
say in the beginning of the season that he had no other weapons but Terry. I would say
right.
he like the other receivers. I wouldn't even throw to them. I
Yeah.
mean, he really didn't yesterday. He was mostly all Terry, and I mean, Terry's a consistent fantasy player. As I've had him on my team in previous years, and he's pretty
Yeah.
good. He's always puts up a certain amount of points consistently. He's not like a boom or bust guy. So
Yeah.
I mean, I do respect that what James Daniels is doing with a couple guys on offense, and on paper, like you said, they're not great. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see how their season plays out. I think they're 2-1 now,
I think
or
so.
one.
Something
I
like
think
Yeah,
they're
that.
2-1.
They're not-
They won that one with all the field goals. Week
Yeah.
2.
Against the Giants. That's right. They put up no passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, no
No
rookie put up a
touchdowns.
passing touchdown until fucking Sunday. Caleb Williams threw that pass to Rome, and that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Which
mean,
is
James
crazy.
Daniels did the same thing because I mean, obviously his
Same
game is a
week,
day
yeah.
later, but I mean, we can't say Caleb's better in any aspect because it's the
fuck
same
no.
week.
That's
Like
not-
week
that's not
3,
at all
3
what I'm saying.
touchdowns. Yeah,
No, but I do. I'll say this about Caleb. Watching that game, I don't know if you guys saw it, but like for one, I like the amount of passing reps that he was getting because it seemed like in week 1 when they played, like he was just so fucking scared to throw the ball. Like every time he was looking for like a 5-yard in route or like some like dump off flat or like a screen or something. Like they weren't like allowing him to build confidence. In this game,
he was
he
going
was
for those 10 plus,
he
20
was
plus.
taking like deep shots. He was doing like 20 to 30 yard, midfield plays. Like it was really good to see that he's like starting to build up to that. I think that he's going to see continuous improvement. The one thing though is that like I don't think that like last week is a good indication of what we're expecting to see from Caleb Williams as far as fantasy production goes, because of the fact that nobody in their right mind, unless you're a fucking horrible offensive coordinator, is having your quarterback throw for 58 times like in a game, some shit like that. He threw more than like any rookie quarterback I've ever seen in my life throw in that game. And it's also a testament to how bad the Bears running game is. Like
That
that
have
shit
to
is
make him do that. Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, I swear I've watched every Bears game because I have Caleb starting on my lineup because I fucking traded for him to get Arch Manning in 2026. Gave up Josh Allen and I got Caleb and 2 firsts in 2026 that were guaranteed to be like the 101, 102. So, but
Should have got Jaden, bro.
shut up. So watching those games, DeAndre Swift, I swear I don't remember the last time he ran for more than 4 yards on a single carry.
Dude,
I haven't seen it.
When he was on the Eagles.
Yeah, on the Eagles, but the Eagles have
Yeah.
like one of the best offensive lines in the league. The Bears have a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking pinheads in like football costumes running out there getting like trampled every play. Did you see that play or the screenshot of the what is it? The Bears offensive line like all laying on the ground like at the goal line. Did you see that?
There's the 4 Colts defensive linemen already passed like Rusty Caleb.
Bro, the funny thing is like that is like the perfect thing to encapsulate what that Bears offensive line looks like. If you go and watch the games, Caleb Williams gets 2 seconds to throw the ball. And the funny thing is about that's kind of ironic. One of Caleb's biggest criticisms coming out of college was that he held onto the ball too long and was a little bit too indecisive with his decisions, right? Well, I don't know if this is like some fucking like conspiracy theory, but maybe the Bears offensive line is ass because they want him to be better.
They're testing his
No.
patience. They're
Yeah.
trying to better.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna be ass.
What are you
We're gonna
talking about?
they're like, we're gonna be ass today, and we're gonna get Caleb to fix his issue by
Oh my
making these
God.
motherfuckers tackle him immediately.
I would just say that the Bears overspent on all those offensive weapons. DeAndre Swift,
Yeah.
and they spent too much money on this offense, but didn't put any money back into the linemen. Where if you look at a team like, the Patriots week 1 and 2, they put money into their linemen and they looked a lot more decent. But then 3 guys go out, it doesn't look good. But
No,
the Bears should have put more money in that O line instead of putting money in receivers and running backs and whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck were they thinking? They got one of the best receivers in the league by signing DJ Moore. They signed Keenan Allen off of his statistical best year in his career, right? I'm pretty sure it was, right? And then okay, they get their quarterback. Great, that's awesome. You got him 101. Why the fuck did you not draft an offensive lineman at 109?
And they drafted
You drafted
receiver.
Romo Dunze. He's great. Like, don't get me wrong, Rome's awesome. But you just signed DJ Moore to like a fat ass contract, and DJ Moore's not even getting targets during the game, bro. If you
I've
watch,
really seen a lot of him,
dude, he hasn't had like any like, and it's not even his fault. Like, it's not his fault. Caleb's fucking new. Coming out of training camp, they're all saying that Romo Dunze is Caleb's primary target. So like, don't be surprised if he's throwing him all these improvised plays. But like, why would the Bears even want to get DJ Moore if they knew that they were getting Rome? I don't understand it. Like, I actually don't get it. It's actually fucking stupid. Like, and Swift.
Yeah, the Chargers made the best move by drafting a receiver and a lineman, and it definitely helped out, as we see. Obviously, they had injuries going into that Steelers game. Didn't look great, and obviously they lost. But like I said, the Patriots and Chargers are great examples of them drafting linemen that helped out their team, made it a little bit better for these offenses to thrive with maybe not the greatest players, but the Bears need to learn from their mistake of drafting all these offensive weapons, overspending on receivers and running backs when the line was the main issue. And I also want to talk about what happened to that Panthers O-line. I thought they were so bad, and Bryce Young made them look horrible, and then Andy Dalton comes in, throws for 300 yards. What do you have, 3 passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Like
That's
360, I think 361. 3 touchdowns.
How? So I thought that Panthers offensive line watching week 1 and 2 was horrible. I was like, these guys can't block. Okay, I don't know. They can't block to save their life.
Yeah.
And Andy Dalton comes in there on a bench Bryce Young start and shows him how it's done. I can't believe what I saw.
I think they played like that, the O-line, to like make Bryce Young better.
Yeah.
They wanted to scramble.
Hey, I told Dylan, listen, I told Dylan my theory. I'll tell you, Patrick. Okay. Michael Penix and Drake May, what do they have in common?
You tell me.
They're both on the bench.
They're old.
They're both on the bench.
They're both on the bench.
Okay. They're sitting behind a quarterback to learn how to play, right?
Yeah.
A quarterback that's been in the league 10 plus years out of both teams.
They're learning how to play the game. They're sitting behind the quarterback and they're learning how to play the game from him, right? Who did Andy Dalton sit behind?
I have no idea. That fool's been in the league forever.
Fucking Young.
Huh?
Bryce fucking Young.
Oh, you're talking about now. I thought you meant when he came in. Oh, you're right.
Andy Dalton is playing this way because he got to sit behind and learn.
Yes, bro. That actually could be true. Bro
That's
just needs some
fire.
time off from football.
Bro,
He's recharged.
Right, he's just dude. He was just sitting in his like Captain America fucking cryo chamber waiting to be
Literally, bro.
opened up.
He got to recharge, and now he is him.
Bro, no, you
For
know
like
what?
a week
You know what
and
it
a half,
is, bro.
maybe.
He's a relic from the the ghost of quarterback past, right? So
Yeah,
what's happening was when he was in the league, he was competing with Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and fucking
Tom
Peyton
Brady.
Manning, all those, Tom Brady,
Yeah.
right? And so he just decided, he's like, fuck this, I'm just going to wait until everybody's ass, and then I'll play and I'll be the GOAT.
I'll show up when it's all rookies. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah, exactly. So now he's looking like this young savage, right? And then, what is it? He fucking did some ginger shit on the offensive line and
It could be because he's ginger.
Ginger magic?
yeah, bro.
He could have said a spell before that game, and that's why he played that well.
That's what I'm
But-
saying.
Also, you had brought up that a lot of the quarterback play that we see now, if it looks more like the old school stay in the pocket and have reads,
Mhm.
they play a lot better than like Bryce Young running around. I mean, Kyler Murray
Yeah.
does a great job of kind of staying in the pocket at first, and then if he gets pressure, he runs. But
Mhm.
that's why he's successful. Jaden Daniels is just successful because he plays like Lamar. But some of the old quarterback style, like Andy Dalton.
The issue, the issue with these modern like dual threat quarterbacks, right? I think like of our time, I remember like the first like actual like excluding Mike Vick, the first legitimate like this guy's like a dual threat in the way that he's like a pocket passer and then like can have mobility. It was like Russell Wilson, right? And
Yeah.
everybody wanted to have a Russell Wilson because it opened up so many doors for them. It's like, oh well, now they have to contain on the outside, and they have to set a spy, and they have to make sure that, I mean, Russell Wilson had a really good deep ball, so we have to watch out for the deep threats. It's like, but I feel like it's gotten bastardized to the point where it's like, okay, well, now we just need a really fucking fast quarterback that is basically a running back that can
Yeah.
throw the ball sometimes.
And
And
teach
that's how
him
you
to
get
throw
people
or
like
something.
Anthony Richardson getting taken 4th overall, right? I mean, he's got a lot of potential, don't get me wrong, but he can't hit the wide side of a barn with his fucking throwing accuracy. Like,
Yeah.
he literally, like, not only could he not hit the wide side of a barn, he'd fucking hit the tractor in another person's farm from this fucking angle. So he, like,
That was crazy.
he
That game.
these pocket passing quarterbacks, I think the NFL, it's kind of like a pendulum, right? So it'll swing like this because the
Yeah,
old
it's just
school
an
pocket
overcorrection.
passers, exactly. And you're already seeing that shit with the running backs too. Like, running backs are becoming more important now because everybody's
They're
like
going back to
not
normal, yeah.
throwing fucking touchdowns anymore for some weird ass reason. And so you're going to see running backs start becoming more important. You see pocket passing quarterbacks, and then it's going to be like, oh, we need to switch, away from the air raid offense, go to power running, and then they're going to, get there, and then it's going to be like, oh, wait, this guy's airing it the fuck out. Looks like we need to go to air raid, and then it's just going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, that's just how shit's going to happen.
It's a weird, I would say there's like a weird overcorrected season because we're seeing some weird stuff. Like, we've seen as many upsets, the most amount of upsets in the last 20 years that's ever happened. Like, through 3
Really?
weeks. Yeah, I was reading about it today that through the last 20 years, this is the second time. So, with 2% of all, like, the last 20 seasons have had this many upsets. The Niners this weekend, that wasn't good against the Rams. These guys have 2 star receivers out, and I mean the Niners had guys out as well. But I mean, if the Niners want another chance at going to the Super Bowl, they can't lose that game. Like, that doesn't look good. The Raiders versus the Panthers. I thought the Raiders had a great defense going into that game. Andy Dalton picked it the fuck apart. There was no stopping Andy Dalton. And it could have been the Ginger Magic. It could have been something else, but that was an insane
He
game.
learned how to do it from Bryce Young. Let's
Yeah.
respect to Bryce Young.
And what pissed me off the most this weekend was the Browns game. The Browns. I'm so
nobody's
mad.
watching no Browns game, bro.
I was
Like, what
gonna
are you
say I didn't
talking
watch
about?
any of that.
Only because I had money. That's the only reason
Nah, you had money because you wanted to buy a massage from Deshaun Watson.
I honestly did. You can't blame me. So
Who did they play?
they played the Giants. And so let me
Oh,
tell
my
you this.
God.
yeah.
The
Battle of the
last
shitters.
5 minutes of the game, Giants are up 21-15. So the Browns score 1 touchdown, they win, right? 5 minutes left, Browns have the ball. They try to get down the field. Deshaun Watson makes 2 horrible passes. They can't open up their run game. They punt. Well, they stop the Giants, 3 and out, force the Giants to punt. They have the ball back now with 3 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time. They go 4 and out again. Deshaun Watson, 3 shitty passes, goes 4 and out, punt the ball. Back to the Giants. They make another stop on defense. They force a punt. They have like a minute 40 something to score 1 touchdown. This is their 3rd opportunity in 5 minutes to try to score. And again, same thing
Yeah,
happens.
you told me about this.
3 and out, and then Deshaun Watson goes for a 4th pass, and they turn over on downs. That's game right there. I was so mad because if you got 3 opportunities to score, how do you fumble that many times? Like, they should have at least scored on one of those drives. I was very mad because I had taken the Browns in a bet slip. The Buccaneers pissed me off this weekend. Baker Mayfield looks like shit.
That's where you fucked up. Why would you bet on the Browns?
Well, dude,
You couldn't put a gun to my head and make me bet on Deshaun Watson. Bro.
I'm out. I'm out.
The only thing. Hey, what's the over on Deshaun Watson sexual assault cases?
It's like over 24.
It's over 24. I'll take that. 24 and a half.
Yeah. I mean, he's already hit like 24, 25. So we'll give you the over-under
Oh,
if more
man.
pop up, like 27 and a half. Like, do you think there'll be more that come out? But
The only
all
time
jokes aside on that, I'm all out on the Browns. I'm just like I said about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are no bet now. The Browns are no bet.
there's a saving. There's one savior for the Browns.
Jameis Winston.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
He's gonna come
I
in.
would love to
Look,
see Jameis Winston.
look,
Nick,
He was
he
Even
was on the
if-
Saints.
Yeah, dude, he fucking caused Arthur Smith to like fucking like have a mental breakdown on the field because he called a fake QB kneel and like they rushed it in for a touchdown up like 40 points. But
Yeah.
no, look, as a fan, right? Jameis Winston is I think it's like he's the most likable player in the league. Like
Yeah,
he is.
100%.
Like, who the fuck? Like I want Jameis Winston on my team just to be on my team, right?
He could
Like-
give me a speech right now about cleaning my room and doing my laundry, and I would do that 10 times in a row just because he gave me it. Dude, he's the most inspiring football. He's just so funny. He gives great speeches.
Yeah,
He can
except for the
inspire-
E to W.
the E to W.
Dude, that was the best.
He can
Dude,
get
that
you
was the
run
best.
through a brick wall if he gave you a pretty speech. Like, could
Yeah,
you
bro. If I'm there, I'm taking heads off.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Like,
playing
this is my
the
quarterback.
best football ever.
The best part about that speech is that they lost like immediately after. But Jameis Winston, like it's funny how the world works because you have the most likable person in the league as your backup quarterback, and then you have the most disliked person in the league at your starting quarterback. So all things will
Yeah.
balance out, once
Yeah.
Jameis becomes starting quarterback. And look, the Browns fans, they know their shit. Like they know their shit this year. So why not just like give them something to look forward to in Jameis Winston memes every week or some shit? Like
Yeah,
at least it's Jameis and not like Will Levis where he's like actually like a complete fucking like miserable meme. Like Jameis Winston would be like a funny ass meme. Like even if he's throwing interceptions, you just know that he's gonna be like an entertaining ass person. So
Yeah, I'd be the
I
most
just
fun
wanna
for
see that.
sure.
what if Jameis Winston is ass?
That's cap. That just can't be true, bro.
No, listen, Pat. So we've had this theory that the last 3 weeks, every time Nick says, "What if this person is ass?" They have had one of the greatest weeks of football
yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever seen.
It's happened
He said
3
after
times.
week one- He said after week 1 on Marvin Harrison Jr., he said, "What
I
if
remember that one.
is ass?" The guy goes off for 2 touchdowns, 120 something yards, and then last week he says, "What if Caleb Williams and Romo Dunze are ass?" And they both like I think Williams threw for like almost 300 yards. Yeah,
Yeah,
Almost
he threw-
400, I think.
Yeah, he almost
Yeah,
threw
he
for
had-
400.
what is it
Caleb
like
Williams-
350 something?
Caleb Williams had
360 at least,
Yeah,
I think.
he threw for 360. Caleb Williams had 56 points on my team, and Romo Dunze had 28 points on my team. So I'm gonna give you my what if they're ass for right now. Okay, ready? What if
Gonna name his whole team.
no?
This whole fantasy
just
roster's
a
coming
few,
out.
just a few. What if? But I need them to start. I feel like I need them to start in order for this to be like an actual.
No, we need to talk about players who had a shit performance this week. We said
Nah,
Travis
bro.
Kelce.
I
What
don't
if
know if I
Travis
want to
Kelce
give.
is ass?
I don't want to give Travis
Yeah,
Kelce the
Not the
blessing though.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna say, what if Travis Kelce is good?
And people
but-
are giving him the credit he's supposed
But
to have.
I'm not giving that to
He's
Travis
good.
Kelce. I'm gonna say, what if Rashad White is ass? I
There
think
we go.
Rashad
There's a
White.
starter there.
I actually think he's pretty ass. No cap.
What if Sauce Gardner Johnson is ass?
See, that's hard for me to do. I only see. I feel like this only applies to the offensive.
So they're
player.
playing Tampa Bay this week. I could see Sauce Gardner Johnson locking down either Mike Evans or Godwin. But all jokes aside, what if Gardner Johnson's ass?
What if Aaron Rodgers is ass now?
Ooh. What if
Kirk
What if
Rodgers.
What if Daniel Jones is ass?
All right,
Dude,
that's
don't do
just a
that.
given, bro.
I
That's a
need
fact, bro.
I need him to throw 7 more interceptions this season, and you can say that all you want, but don't start jinxing Daniel Jones now. I need Daniel Jones to throw some interceptions. I have a season long entry worth about $600 if it
Oh,
hits.
I've got a good one. I've got a really good one, actually. You ready?
But go for it.
What if Trevor Lawrence is fucking dog shit?
I like how you changed it because he is dog shit, bro.
He is dog shit. He is horrible. So his stats, I think someone had sent it in our fantasy group chat earlier. His stats versus Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has better, like almost the same, if not a little bit better stats. And people are saying Daniel Jones is ass. And they said Trevor Lawrence, oh man, like he's generational talent. He deserves another chance. He's gonna be good. Just wait on it. This and that.
Yeah.
Man, Daniel Jones has like 6 more. They played the same amount of games for the most part. They have almost the same losing record. I think Daniel Jones has 6 more passing touchdowns, maybe a few more interceptions. But Trevor Lawrence is ass.
Okay,
He's
what
bad,
if Trevor Lawrence sat behind Bryce Young, though? This wouldn't be the conversation.
Yeah.
I want to see
That's
Mac
also
Jones.
true.
I was glad Mac Jones came out last night, and I wanted to see Mac Jones start next game.
Bro, how long did the Patriots give Mac Jones before fucking kicking him to the curb? I felt like they just drafted him like last year. When did
2020.
they?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. So they
Oh
gave
shit!
him
Really?
they gave him
Yeah.
2 seasons, but they gave him a season and a half, and then they were kind of back and forth on Zappy and Jones.
Yeah, that was his
And-
third year last year when
Yeah.
he started playing like
He
shit
started-
and they won
he's-
Zappy.
Yeah, that's true. Because who was the 2020 quarterback then?
Mac.
Because I don't think Mac started right away. I believe someone started ahead of him.
No,
Was
I'm
it-
pretty
Wasn't
sure
it
he did.
Brissett?
No,
No, Brissett got drafted to the Patriots in 16, but
You
didn't
might
come
be
back
right.
until this year.
you might be right.
I'm
Dylan.
pretty
It
sure
was someone
Mac
else.
behind
I
someone
swear,
for
I
like
swear,
half the
Jacoby
season.
Brissett got like reps on the Patriots for like during like the quarterback transitionary phase.
I think like
I swear.
Gate or something. No, not that.
He-
I don't know who played then.
Brissett was a 2016 draft pickup for the Patriots. He got drafted to the
Okay.
Patriots
Oh, yeah, it
in
wasn't-
16. Didn't come back into the Patriots until this year. But
Are you
I want to
talking
say
2020 or 2021?
2020.
2020.
Oh, the
yeah, no, it
2021
wasn't
season.
Brissett. 2021 Brissett. No, 2022 Brissett took a majority of the play, and then 2021 he also did.
On the
Who was-
Patriots?
For the Patriots?
Yeah,
I don't think he was on the Patriots because Mac Jones started 21, 22, and then split
Oh,
reps.
so
with
I was just
Zappy.
looking at his fantasy shit. I saw you put up numbers during that time.
Oh,
I thought Brissett
okay.
was on the
Okay.
team the entire time. Oh,
No,
Mac
so-
Jones only came in 2021.
Okay, so he started 21, started 22, and then by 23 he split reps with Bailey Zappi. They were just going back and forth trying to figure out like, oh, is it this quarterback? Is it this quarterback? And they're still losing all these games. And then
Yeah.
this year they figured it out. They're like, let's put a veteran in. We'll draft a quarterback. Dish Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is horrible, but they did have one of the worst O lines you've ever seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. But I also think he was a product of starting right away,
Alabama.
or he shouldn't have. Alabama
Yeah.
too. I mean, none of those quarterbacks pan out in the long run. Jalen Hurts
We
his
got
ass.
Tua, who might be dead.
Him sometime.
No one's confirmed. We got Mac Jones, Bryce,
Jalen
who's
was the
the-
only one that's even close.
and he's not even great. I would say he's
Who?
pretty ass. He's a glorified
Jalen
running
Hurts.
back. Jalen Hurts.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jalen Milroe because he's coming in.
Oh, he's
fuck
on
that.
Bama, yeah.
I'm not drafting an Alabama quarterback ever, bro.
Yeah.
They
He
have
looks-
a
He
string.
looks fucking good. Jalen Milroe, like once again, looks fucking really good.
There's only 2 schools that I will ever draft, like I will ever commit myself to drafting positions from. I will always draft LSU and Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah, yeah.
They just fucking produce like the best like wide receivers I've ever seen in my life. So anybody other than that, I have to do a shitload of research. But if I know that these guys are coming from those 2 schools, I'm fine with that. Like, I mean, look at the fucking last like wide receivers to come out of like LSU. Who was it? It's like Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas,
Jamar, Jay Jetta.
Jamar Jettas, and then fucking Odell, Jarvis Landry. Like those 6, like
Yeah.
in this 10-year period. That's crazy. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
all at the top of their game.
and then Ohio State, yeah, JSN, Olave, I want to say Garrett Wilson. Was Garrett Wilson Ohio State?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure. And then Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, Marvin.
But it's weird to see all these rookies doing as well as they are to start off the year.
Yeah, he
because
went to
usually
Ohio State. Garrett Wilson went to Ohio State.
Okay. That's what I thought.
And Terry McLaurin.
Scary Terry.
So it's like, bro,
Top 10 wide receiver right there.
pick an Ohio State wide
Easily.
receiver, you won't be disappointed. Emeka Egbuka this year, and then in 2 years, that Jeremiah Smith kid, he's literally the top recruit in the country. Fucking looks crazy.
Nick, you're too much about the hype, man. Your fantasy team,
Yeah, this is why you're stuck with Caleb Williams right now.
yeah, you're all about the hype players. Like,
All
he's
right, well,
coming
when I'm fucking raw dogging your teams in 3 years from now with all of my picks, yeah,
Okay, then I'll take my W's and for
Nick's
these.
gonna be the 76ers, bro. He's gonna be saying trust the process till we're 40.
listen,
Bro,
listen, bro. I'm in the perpetual rebuild. Okay, I'm gonna be that picks the pick dealer right now. You guys don't even realize I have 5 picks in 2026.
I look, your
Fine.
shit's crazy, bro. You're
Yeah,
stacked.
he's got all the picks.
I've got 9. I've got 9 first round picks in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and
mean,
one of those guys are ants.
And what if my picks are ass? What if Ashton Genty is fucking ass?
Archie Manning.
Arch Manning. Yeah. What if Arch is ass? What if Jeremiah Smith is ass? What if Nico whatever the fuck Amayawaba or whatever?
These guys, I
I'm
guarantee it.
gonna take Patrick Mahomes clone 2027.
nah, that guy's gonna be so trash.
Nah, bro,
Yeah.
I can't take somebody as cringy as that fucking guy, bro. I literally
It's
can't.
insane, bro.
Like, I feel like he has like a Patrick Mahomes poster in his room, and he
He's
just
got a
like
shrine.
beats
He's
it.
got
sure.
a whole shrine,
No,
bro.
he just beats
With
it to
Mahomes
it.
on the front.
Bro, he wakes up in the morning. He does like a American what's that American Psycho fucking morning routine, but it's all like Patrick Mahomes shit. He's
Do you
like
think
on like
he would-
Tinder, like scrolling, looking for a Brittany Mahomes, like must
Do
be
you
like he
think-
has in his bio. It's like must be willing to do role play.
So did you see his little brother just got drafted to Wisconsin?
No,
Do you think he's going to act anything like Jackson Mahomes?
bro.
Dude,
Bro,
that'd be crazy.
I hope not.
That'd be
Seriously,
So
crazy.
Dylan-
what is he, a quarterback also?
He's a quarterback. He just committed to Wisconsin like 2 days ago. He said like Wisconsin. His brother commented like, "Oh, next up, whatever." But yeah, his little brother just committed to to Wisconsin. So I'm wondering if maybe his little brother acts a little bit like Jackson Mahomes.
Bro,
Yeah.
my question is gonna be when that fool gets to the league, is he gonna have like a full on identity crisis? Because like, what is he gonna? We're gonna have 2 Mahomes now.
At what point does he stop? Is my
I
question.
don't think he will,
If ever.
bro.
If
I don't
ever.
think he will.
Mahomes wins one more. Him and Travis retire, and Raiola gets drafted next year to the Chiefs.
Bro, he'd take him to 7 more.
It's like he never left.
Yeah.
And now with the league crisis, we have Mahomes right on the Chiefs, and
Nah,
that's it.
Raiola intentionally tanks his value for the next few years
To
become-
get drafted by the
to,
Chiefs.
to become a 7th round pick, so that he can end up on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Dude. I
And
don't
they
know.
have
crazy.
they have
Plays
they have
behind
trick
Mahomes.
plays, yeah. And then he converts to running back, and then they're both in the backfield at all times.
Mahomes goes into the blue tent with a concussion. Raiola comes out in his stuff, and you have no idea.
Yeah. Bro, I literally, like, no joke, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that fool legally got his last name changed to Mahomes.
Something. That
Like, would it
fool-
surprise you? Like, would it surprise you? I feel like that fool coming out of the locker room, he, like, looks at his jersey and he's having, like, one of those, like, out-of-body experiences where he's, like, looking at it and he's like, something's not right about all this. Like, the name needs to be different. This shit needs to say fucking Mahomes. I'll never be him if I have this stupid name.
I would love to get in that dude's head and just see what he's thinking.
You would love to get
He
hit
would
from that
come
dude.
out
Bro,
like 2 weeks
fuck,
ago and
bro.
say I'm not my own person. I don't really. I like Mahomes, but I don't copy him.
Bro,
And
shut
dude,
the
that's
fuck up.
bullshit. That's fucking.
Dog, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't.
Bro, this guy
don't-
needs like a PR agent because like, bro, how are you gonna build a personal brand if your brand is literally like great value?
Yeah.
You're great value. Bro.
Your brand
You're
is
not even
different.
Kirkland.
You're just.
You're not even
You're-
Kirkland. You're not even Fire. You're great value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad, man. Unless he's
Uh,
great.
Timu.
Unless he turns out to be great.
Yeah.
Shit.
What if Dylan Raiola is
Then
ass?
everybody's
No,
going to be
don't say
copying
that
Mahomes.
shit. Don't say that. Yeah, what? 10 years from now, the league is just a bunch of like fucking
Mahomes
curly-haired,
clones.
like half black, half white guys that are just like
With mediocre
Mahomes,
white
all
women as
number
their wives.
15. Every quarterback is number 15 from then on, and fucking nobody even recognizes who the original guy was. They're like, who started all this shit? I don't even remember. What was that guy? I don't know. That'd be fucking horrible, bro. Oh my god,
Yeah.
like it's like every year we get like a new gimmick quarterback. I wonder like the next year like what we're getting. Like we're gonna get like a fucking.
I think we'd see.
I'll
maybe
call
like
it. I'll call it. You ready? You ready for me to call it? We're gonna get a goat Asian quarterback in the next like 5 years.
Bro,
And
you're out
then
of your damn mind.
He'll
I
be
would
the
love to
goat.
see it, but it's
Nah,
not
tell them to stick
happened.
to kicking. They can stick to kicking
It's
field
gonna
goals.
happen once, bro. I'm gonna get my Jackie Robinson in this bitch. He's gonna be the Asian Jackie Robinson for football. He's gonna be like fucking Otani. He's gonna be a two-way player. He'll be like quarterback and like D tackle or some crazy shit like that. Yeah,
We've had good D tackles who are Asian.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like not the
Dominic
same,
Kong
bro.
Su?
Yeah, Sue.
Sue,
He counts.
He's quite Asian. Yeah, he's black and
Vita,
Asian.
eh.
Nadal
Yeah,
Kong
but-
Su?
Bro, there's only one Asian person that I can name in the NFL right now, and that's fucking the GOAT.
Young
kicker.
Shuku?
Yeah, Young Ho.
Young Hoku?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, that's my boy. But we
I
need
would- I don't think we've ever seen an Asian quarterback starting. I
Bro.
can't name one off the top of my head.
never,
Nah.
like literally never. There's never been an Asian quarterback.
It was such like a white dominated thing, and then like it turned to like a lot of black quarterbacks, and we've seen black and white. I didn't think we've seen a Mexican quarterback, like fully
Bro,
Mexican
I don't get it
quarterback.
because Asians
and a
are
fully
good at
Asian quarterback.
fucking look representing the Asian community. Like we're good at trigonometry and shit. Like why can't we figure out how to
Angles.
throw a fucking ball? You know,
Math.
that's what I'm saying.
Wide receiver 1 at 90-degree angle at this
Yeah,
velocity
exactly.
and
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Bro,
I
you're
think
gonna
they
have a
just
fucking
figured out-
bionic quarter. The moment you get Asian pocket passing field general quarterbacks, the league is fucked. That's gonna be the meta.
But
You're
I
out
would
of your
say
damn mind.
Asians aren't very dominant because look at the height.
They are
Like,
short.
like besides Otani, you're not really getting a lot of tall Asians.
Yeah.
That's what we need then. We
I
just
also
need to
think they just
crossbreed.
figured out how to make a lot of money without damaging their brains. Maybe they'll probably stick to that.
That's actually
very
fair.
true.
That's
They
very
might. Their
fair.
parents also might get pissed if they make it to the NFL.
That's
Like, they-
that's actually a pretty valid point.
That would be
No
upsetting.
cap.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah. When they could have been doctor, they
Yeah.
chose to ruin their brain. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why we don't
When
see
they go
it.
in that medical tent, I don't think it's
Yeah.
that far out of reach to think that all those
Yeah,
people in
those
there
were the
could've-
boys who put
could've
in
been-
work.
Yeah, those guys could have been the number one quarterback prospected, but they decided to save lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice spin zone.
All I'm saying.
All right, let's talk about some of the matchups. We'll pivot off of last week's shit show, Rat Piss slate. Talk about some of the matchups, and if you guys got player props and bets for this week, we'll go over them real quick, and then any last minute things. But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, we Just trying to think of
What?
noteworthy games. The Rams game was really good. I don't know if there's any other ones you guys.
oh, dude,
I don't necessarily want to talk
Rams
about it.
game.
There was that one was really fun to watch. I thought
What game?
I do want to talk about
Rams,
favorite game of the week.
Niners.
Dude, the thing I'm most mad about Sunday was my text to you, Patrick. Like 8 or 9 in the morning, I said, "Whatever you do not take the Niners today. They have
Oh,
this
yeah,
guy
yeah.
out, this guy out, this guy out." I said stay off the Niners. I didn't say specifically take the Rams, but if you would have taken the Rams, you
Yeah,
would have
that
got
shit was
paid.
close. They were plus money. Do you know what they were?
They were like plus 300. There was like 280, either like plus 280
Oh my
and plus
God.
300 by the closing line. Dude, it was
That's
crazy, like the
disrespectful, man.
odds. And they came back and won that game. That was an awesome upset. That was my favorite upset of the week, to be honest. The other ones, I was pissed because I actually did bet on them, and I lost
Yeah.
a lot of coin.
Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't bet all week until last night.
You didn't bet
And it was
all this weekend?
no, I didn't have anything. I woke up
Jeez.
a little bit too late for the 10 o'clock games.
Yeah.
So I started those ones late, and then the second slate, I just wasn't too sure. Like, I was watching the first games, and it was like, you know,
I was
a bunch of similar, like, upsets or, like, weird games again. So
yeah.
I just stayed away. And I also like to be able to focus on one game. Whereas, like, Sunday, it's nice to watch all the games. If I have money on it, I want to just watch that game. And I wouldn't have paid attention to any other game, to be honest.
Yeah. I think my favorite game was either that Rams Niners game or
Yeah.
what was the other one? It
I like
was
last night better, but in terms of Sunday, Rams, Niners for sure.
yeah.
Last
I mean
night,
last night's games.
As in the Commanders game, right? Not the other one.
Yeah, obviously. Not
Okay,
the
yeah,
Bills.
'cause that
I
was
bet on them
shit.
too, but it was over instantly. So I just watched Cincinnati.
Yeah. I also spoon fed you guys and the Instagram. If you guys follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram, I spoon fed Jamar Chase first touchdown score plus 600. I put $50 on it. I let everyone know a couple hours in advance to bet on Jamar Chase first touchdown score. No one wrote it with me. I made $300 last night. After losing all this coin over the weekend, I think I lost like $70 this weekend because I made it all back on the Chiefs late night, Sunday night. I had put like 100 something on them, made most of my money back, went down 70, paid the bookie out, and then last night, Nick spoon fed me Brian Thomas over receiving yards, and then I spoon fed them Jamar Chase first touchdown score, and no one took it. I made
Yeah, I
like
wish I put
$325
that in.
last night. Dude, next time, if I'm that confident about a touchdown score, because I don't bet that especially first touchdown score. I don't bet that often, and I don't rarely bet $50 on a first touchdown score. But
Yeah.
that confident, I was like, you guys need to take this. I posted it on our Instagram, and no one wrote it. No one likes money.
Obviously, I hit on that one. But I saw your text too late,
Yeah.
literally after he scored, which sucks, but
I think I called you after, and you're like, no, I didn't see that. And I was like, dude,
yeah. We
are
were
you
talking
kidding
during the
me?
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad. I wish I put that in.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, as far as the games went, there was a lot of blowouts, a lot of upsets. I think the least exciting game was the Saints Eagles because I expected the Saints to come out and have this awesome game.
Yeah, that
and
was
Derek
crazy.
Carr
I didn't
did not
expect the
look
Saints
good.
to look good. I think they're ass. Sorry, Nick. I think I
What
just
if the
think
The
Saints are
Saints
they had a
ass?
are
good
ass.
2
Listen,
weeks.
listen. Hey, in the defense of the Saints, okay, Taysom Hill, the starting center, got injured in the first drive, and then, oh, bro, that game fucked so many people. There's a rumor that Derek Carr is injured. There's a rumor that Tyrann Mathieu's injured, Demario Davis, and Alvin Kamara, which is our entire starting lineup, which would fucking suck. So if that
Yeah.
happens, the season's over. Okay. The thing is, once Eric McCoy went down, who's the starting center for the Saints, Jalen Carter, that defensive tackle for the Eagles, the young one, he just completely shit on us. Like it was single-handedly, Jalen Carter was shitting on the entirety of the Saints offense and offensive line. And they ended up playing like shit because of it. And another example of why you need a good offensive line.
But one guy goes down, and you're going to blame the whole offensive line. I don't know. I would blame. I would just say the Saints had a pretty bad game.
They
They
did.
were a little
They
overhyped.
did.
They got overcorrected.
They did, and honestly, the Eagles didn't even play that good either. It was really boring.
But
Yeah.
like, I mean, the Eagles, I'm guessing right now are going to barely squeak a wild card, and they're not going to make it far in the playoffs. I don't think the Eagles are going to do great.
Yeah.
But
That's why I think the Saints aren't good either. And maybe they had an off game, but when you play like they're playing a bad Eagles team, if you're good, you beat that team.
I
Especially
think
week 3.
the true test for the
Maybe not
Saints, though,
especially week 3,
the
but
true test for the Saints, when they play the Falcons, I think that's going to be a
this was a
big
test.
game.
no,
No,
this
but I'm
Sunday.
This is
talking
a
about
bad
for the-
Eagles team.
But I'm talking about for the division.
Oh,
like,
okay, to get in the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, as far as the playoffs go, like, because I think that the Bucks, dude, you can't get shit on by the Broncos like that and be considered a legitimate team. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that is horrible. Like,
That was
Or
at
pretty
least
the
the
stupid.
Panthers.
like, okay, look. The silver lining to this, everybody lost except for the Panthers, which is fucking crazy. I can't believe that actually happened. But
Yeah.
the silver lining to it is that one, the Bucks lost, and they lost in a grand fashion to the worst offense in the league. Right? It's
Yeah.
horrible. Two, the Falcons also lost, but it was to the Chiefs, right? Or
And
in a-
honestly, the
and
Chiefs
they should
again,
have
man.
won, right?
I just bought a jersey today. I bought the Chiefs, the white jersey
Oh,
with the
the
black
ref
stripes
one?
on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because dude, that game, the end, the Falcons should have won that game. I'm glad they didn't because I had a lot of coin on the Chiefs -3, but Falcons should have won that game. The pass
The
interference at
pass
the end,
interference thing.
they were calling
right?
penalties all down the field. Falcons are driving off penalties because the Chiefs kept committing penalties. In the end zone, there's a blatant pass interference
Yeah.
that does not get called. And I was like,
Why have they not added the ability to challenge pass interference calls? Like game-changing ones. Like, I remember, dude, the worst... Okay, I don't know if you guys remember this. Do you remember the Saints versus Rams, like, NFC Championship game?
yes.
Yeah,
when he
late
hit him
one
before
when
the
they're on
ball,
the
yes.
20 or the 15, and he hits him on the 5.
Bro, the ball
He
was 10
spins
yards
him in
away
the
from
air
him,
before the ball's within like 5 feet.
and they
Yeah.
didn't, like, everybody saw that and was like, that was
That's
the
a pass
worst
interference.
pass interference I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
The guy didn't even turn his head. He was just running at him and fucking hit
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah. And
Like,
it
he
would have
literally
been,
just
would
hit
have
him.
been pick 6. It would have been a pick 6
If he
if
turned
just
his head,
looked
but he
at the
didn't.
ball.
He just
Yeah.
ran in front and they fucking hit the dude. So, like, in that caused the Saints, like, okay, that didn't cause the Saints to lose the game. I won't go that far, but that was...
I mean, it did at the end.
I mean, it did, because if he caught that,
Yeah.
they would have scored and they would have won the game, right? But
Yeah,
then the
because you
game
can
had
say a
to...
million things before, because everything,
Yeah.
there's penalties before and stuff, but take it in a
That-
vacuum at that point, Saints
That lost
probably
them the
would
game.
have won.
They wouldn't have had to go to overtime, and we would have gotten a Tom Brady Drew Brees Super Bowl. But we didn't
Yeah.
get that.
That would have been
The refs-
that would have been sad
That's-
for Drew Brees, though.
Yeah, fucking right, bitch.
That would have sucked, man.
Yeah,
And
fucking right.
the Patriots ended up winning that Super Bowl. That was like the 2017, 2018
That was the
one.
10
I
to
think it was-
13
I
one.
think it
Yeah,
was
that was a
2018.
shitty
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was
Who
like the
was-
worst
who was
Super
it
Bowl in the last.
Imagine if Breeze
Oh, wait, it
played.
wasn't
It was
against the
Rams
Rams.
Patriots.
It was the Rams.
13 to
Yeah.
0 if the Saints
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, bro. No.
Dude, I don't know. It was but all I'm saying is the Falcons, they do look like a great team. They should be, what are they, 2-1 right now? They
Yeah,
should
it's
be.
crazy.
I think they should be
that's the
3-0.
Kirko effect, bro. Kirk Cocaine.
I think the Falcons are a good team. I like Kirk Cousins. He's a pretty good quarterback. They have great weapons on offense, great run game, great O-line. Their defense looks
I
insane.
know.
Like,
Bijan's
they
a
have-
savage, dude.
they have a
Bijan's
great team.
Really good.
They should have beat the Chiefs. They
Who would've
beat the
thought
Eagles.
we would be here saying the Falcons are actually fun to watch. Like, that's insane.
I mean, we can't forget the 24-3
You know who
lead.
the most fun team to watch is for me?
Who?
The Colts. But
Oh my
it's
god.
not because they're good.
Yeah.
It's because I just don't know what the fuck Anthony Richardson is on. Like, he will. Did you guys see the play last week where he was like, they were like first and goal or like second and goal, and he just threw it straight into triple coverage?
Oh yeah. Without not triple coverage, just 3
Dude,
guys,
there
3
were
defenders.
just 3 dudes.
There wasn't.
just-
They weren't even covering anybody. 3 dudes just
It was
standing
hor-
next to
bro,
each other.
I saw that play because I had Anthony Richardson initially. I drafted him with my second pick in the startup, and I traded him away. And I
Yeah.
was like, the week 1, it was like the worst week 1 ever. I was like, bro, all of my players played like shit. Anthony Richardson fucking put up like 60 points. Like, oh no. And then like week 3, like Anthony Richardson throws like 2 or 3 interceptions, playing like shit. But like the Colts are so weird to watch for me because everybody was pretty much completely wrong about them in the way that, like, for some reason they just keep having Anthony Richardson air it out, but Jonathan Taylor is averaging like 10 yards a carry and he's getting 100 rushing yards a game, and every time they give it to him, he fucking runs for at least like 15 yards when he needs to only get like 5. Like if you watch that last game, he like won them that game. Like
Oh yeah, he
Caleb
single-handedly won the
won them
game
that
for
game.
him.
He had a
Caleb,
pretty
like-
bad week 1, right? Or am I tripping?
I don't know. I know that Anthony Richardson had a good week 1, but
I'm not
Jonathan
100%
Taylor-
sure.
I
Let
have
me
to go
see.
back and look. But I love when rookie quarterbacks get to throw the ball because like normally it's just running because they don't trust him. But they let that fool throw it for 90 yards every play. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't think they want him to do that. I
He's
just
got a
think
rocket.
he
No,
does it.
they probably don't want him to hit the guy on the streak every time, but he will try every
Bro,
time.
you know what he is? You know what he is? He's like fucking playing James. He's like when I play James in Madden, that's
Hail
all
Marys.
he tries to do.
the
He just
Hail
tries to
Mary,
scramble.
running back, yeah,
Yeah, the fucking halfback
running back
wheel,
wheel,
and
yeah.
then he's like, and just launches it 60 yards. Like watching Anthony Richardson play, it's literally like watching
James played Madden.
like a slot machine. Though
He's
It's
got
like,
a crazy arm though.
That's
which is
why it's like
also
watching a
fun.
slot machine because it's like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah.
You know what they need
That's
to do?
Jameis too, but Jameis
Bro.
is like touchdown or interception where Anthony Richardson's like drop or interception.
or overthrow, but
yeah.
but Anthony, you know what they need? They need like the perfect person. Do you guys know who Nichols Harbor is?
No,
What's
it's
the
like
name?
a parody.
Oh my god. Okay, so this kid, he's a wide receiver at South Carolina as a college kid. He's
Okay,
6'5".
yeah, I've heard of
it
him.
was
I think
like
I
a
told you about
parody
this guy,
account
Dylan.
of
Yes,
Cole
yes.
Hardman.
He's 6'5", 250 pounds, and runs like a 4.2 flat. Like he was an Olympic contending sprinter, and he's a
What the
wide
fuck?
receiver.
Yeah, you sent me his high school
Richardson-
highlights.
Put
Yeah.
him on the Colts.
All I'm saying is, I think Anthony Richardson is just like 2 years ahead in his mind, where he thinks he has him on his team already, and he's just throwing it to him, even though he's not there yet. So,
Yeah,
you
dude,
need
this
to get-
guy's high school highlights were funny as hell. Dude,
Yeah.
he literally couldn't get tackled. He played D end and receiver, right?
D end and receiver, bro.
Yeah, blowing up every player on defense. He was catching every ball, could not get tackled on offense.
Bro.
Nick sent me his huddle high school highlights, and I was like, "What the hell? This
Dude,
guy is insane."
Imagine being like a left tackle in high school, and the D end that you are having to block is 6'5", 250 pounds, and runs a fucking 4.2. A
Yeah,
4.2.
that's insane.
Like
I'm getting injured.
Like Jadeveon Clowney ran a 4.6, and he's like an athletic freak, right? Imagine 0.4 seconds faster than Jadeveon Clowney. And if you don't have to imagine because his huddle highlights are out there. But like Jesus.
I sent you. I think how we got in this rabbit hole is I sent you Josh Jacobs' play where no one wanted to tackle him. He ran by 10 guys, and there was a safety in the end zone, and he just runs up and like the guy wasn't even trying to tackle him. He was going to let him score, and he runs at the safety and just bucks him into the end zone. And it was
That's
like
fucked.
that's
That's some
disrespectful.
disrespectful ass shit. But it's
Yeah,
funny.
guys, if you get a chance, look it up on YouTube. And if you guys are watching,
Jacobs one or the receiver guy?
look up Josh Jacobs
Both.
first. Look up Josh Jacobs.
Look up the
No
Josh
one wants to
Jacobs one.
tackle him.
Okay.
It's like Josh Jacobs touchdown high school or something.
There's like I think there's like a short of it like on YouTube
Yeah.
where you could just see it.
Dude, it was so
I'll look it
disrespectful.
up. That's
I was
funny.
like-
He just breaks through the second line. It's like a 40-yard run, and then like he runs at the dude.
The guy was like, "You could score." He was covering the receiver or like getting blocked by the receiver, and he's like, "You could score." And the guy, and Josh Jacobs runs into him on purpose. I was like,
I'm gonna
"That
try
is
to
so
find it.
mean."
I'm
That
gonna
is
try to
so
find it. I'll
mean.
send it to Patrick.
That's funny, dude.
I'll go over the betting records. We'll start bringing it to a close a little bit on that note.
Okay.
This week, Pat 2-2. Your losses were Cardinals money line and Ramondre touchdown. I have you Brees Hall touchdown hit. and
Ramondre
Bills
doesn't
minus-
count, bro. I didn't put that on the show.
I thought you told me. I thought you said on the show. Did you rewatch?
No, I said I didn't do it. I put that with my Brees Hall. I said Brees Hall. and I just threw it on there.
Okay. I paired it because I thought you said it on the show last week. 'Cause these is from the show, like my notes.
Okay.
And then I had Chiefs minus 3.5, which hit. Saints minus 2.5, which did not hit. I had Alvin Kamara 2+ touchdowns, which failed miserably. I don't even think he had one. And then Jamar receiving yards, and he popped off last night. So 2-2. Nick had Brian Thomas Jr. over receiving yards, which hit. I think his initial line was 47.5, and it had dropped to 43.5. But either way, he had 48 yesterday, so they would have both hit. Brees over receiving, I think it was the line instead of like 19 or something. He had the 24. Richardson over rush yards was set like 38.5, and he ended up with 24. Derek Carr over 229 passing yards, and he had like 142. Brandon had Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdown passing. Joe Burrow hit that with ease. McBride or Marvin touchdown. Marvin scored, but McBride did not. And DeAndre Carter. McBride. He might have. I didn't watch the poll. I was trying to watch Red Zone, but I was working, and it got really busy around like noon or 1 o'clock. So like during the 1 o'clock games, I didn't get like towards the. I don't know. I didn't get to see a whole bunch. So I was trying to watch Red Zone, so I didn't see if he did or not. And then DeAndre Carter receiving yards had hit. So everyone went 2-2 this week. Hopefully we have a better record going into next week. I think the updated records is let me see, I get the updated records right here for us. Is there any games that you guys want to pick outright for this week? I have updated betting records as this is all.
I like
Okay.
Falcons minus 1.5. I think that
Ooh, versus Saints?
1.5 seems a little like not enough to me.
Okay. And honestly, they do look really good right now. So Falcons minus 1.5?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I got for right now.
Okay, no worries. Updated records right now. Official betting record on the show. I'm 6-6. Patrick is 6-4-2. 2 washes. Brandon has 7-5-1, and Nick is now 5-3. So I mean, no one has a losing record right now. If you guys do follow us on Instagram, we do post bets on there as well. If they're not on the show, like the Jamar play yesterday was posted, and I don't know. I think there was like 15 to 20 people who saw it. I don't know if anyone took it or not, but I did try to call that out early. So if you guys do miss any bets, check our Instagram or watch towards the end of the show. For myself, Nick, do you have any plays that you really like right now?
I don't know how to look at them.
You
Okay,
have
just as
ESPN?
far as like the games that coming up, like do you have a couple teams that you're thinking like, oh, this is going to be a
Let me see.
like right now for me, Green Bay is favored versus the Vikings, like 2.5 points.
All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, what?
I'll give
I know,
you. I'll
that's
give you a
crazy.
list. I'll give you a list, boy.
Just give me two teams and then 2 player props officially.
Giants take the Cowboys.
Lions
I
beat the
like
Cowboys.
that. I like
Giants.
Oh,
that.
Giants. Oh,
Giants beat the Cowboys.
okay. I like that call.
Ooh, fuck.
I mean, you can give me more than 4. Honestly, if you do want to list off plays,
I'll
go
just
for
throw
it.
it up. I'll just go
Yeah,
up. Whatever.
because
All right.
yeah,
Ready?
go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. Giants beat the Cowboys. Panthers beat the Bengals. Saints beat the Falcons. Jags beat the Texans.
Bro,
Jets beat
what?
the Broncos. Jets beat the Broncos. Vikings beat the Packers.
I stopped writing that.
Colts beat the Steelers. Bears beat the Rams. Eagles beat the Bucks.
Those were the 4.
Niners
Giving you
beat
some
the
hot
Pats.
takes.
No, dude, I'm just predicting upsets right now.
Before you move on, you said Niners beat the Pats. The last 3 weeks, the heaviest favorite of the week has lost outright.
And
give a
Niners are the
fuck.
heaviest.
I don't give a
Heaviest favorite
fuck.
of the week is the Niners over the Patriots, like 10-point favorites, I think.
I don't give a
That's
shit. I'm
just a
about
hard
to
one.
disrupt the.
I know.
Can't see the
I can see it.
Patriots winning that.
But I've
Commanders-
said that every week. I've said, oh, I
Commanders
can't
beat
see
the
this happening.
Cardinals. Commanders beat the Cardinals. Chiefs beat the Chargers. Obviously, the fuck. Oh wait, Browns play the Raiders. Oh,
Browns, Raiders, you got Chiefs, Chargers, and then Buffalo, Baltimore. That's going to be a great game right there. Baltimore's favorited.
Raiders lose to the Browns. Browns beat the Raiders. Bills beat the Ravens. Ravens look like shit. Titans, Dolphins. Titans win. Seahawks Lions.
That must be the toilet bowl matchup of the week. Is the Titans Dolphins
Bro,
game.
Ravens Browns, bro. That one's shit too.
Raiders Browns.
Ravens. Raiders. No. Raiders.
No, it's
Browns.
Raiders. It's Raiders Browns.
Oh.
Ravens are playing the Bills. That might be game of the week.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. On
No,
Monday.
That'll be a good one.
Or my
No,
Yeah,
that's Sunday night. Prime time Sunday night,
Okay.
5 p.m. You got Buffalo,
it is.
Baltimore for it, and Baltimore's favored at 2.5. I almost like the Bills money
there's
line.
two more
now.
Monday games too. There's two more Mondays. Seahawks Lions. I'm gonna take the Lions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ravens being favorites is interesting, but the Bills are only
No, I
plus
said Bills.
110.
I said
so
Bills. Bills are gonna win over the Ravens.
I wanted
Yeah.
to take Bills money line, but I
What
figured
are your-
at that point you might as well just take the points.
Yeah, because they're the same
Plus
payout.
110 versus minus 110. I'll take.
But
minus
it's
110.
2.5 points. Like at that point, it's like, does the team win by a field goal and you're out? Like you took the Bills plus 2.5, and say the
Safety.
Ravens win by 3, you're
Yeah, but
screwed
if
at
you
that
took the
point.
money line, you would have lost. Also, so it's like,
That's
and
true.
I'm the only reason I do the money line is for more money.
Nick, what are your two favorites out of all the every game you listed? I know you listed the whole slate, but what are
Like
your
my
two
My
favorites?
two favorites. What? Like I think I'm most confident in.
Yes,
or...
yes, your two favorite winners.
I'll tell you, my favorite winner will be the Giants. If that actually happens, I might have to go buy a fucking Daniel Jones jersey because I love watching the Cowboys lose.
Okay, but Cowboys have a better away record than they do at home. Like they're 1-2 this season with 2 home game losses, and the same thing happened last year where they had a better away record and they're playing in New York. So I don't know.
Man.
I hope the Giants win too, but
Yeah.
I do. I like it. So you like Giants, and then
I think my favorite will be the Bears over the Rams.
Bears over the Rams.
That'll
And I
be
think
like- that'll
I think
be
that's
one
a
of my
little
favorites.
crazy too. That the Rams are
Bears are 2.5
underdogs.
I know. Actually, they just came
Are
off beating
they?
the Niners. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Chicago's favored by 2.5 points.
And it was like Chicago
What?
had one good game. I get they're playing at home, but
They just lost to the Colts. They got lucky over the Titans. I don't see the Bears winning.
I
but
don't
if-
know. It's an interesting.
But-
The lines seem weird. It's almost like they're trying to compensate for upsets and trying to make everything a bit closer. Because 2.5 points, Bills are. That one honestly makes the most sense actually. So I don't even know what I'm talking about.
The Bills one.
Yeah, because they are playing
Yeah.
the Ravens.
Yeah, two teams that I could see facing each other in the AFC. It's going to be the Chiefs, Bills,
Bills
Ravens.
have
Like,
looked like at least competent in every game they played. Obviously, they had a great Monday, but even the closer one, who did they play?
the Dolphins, but then at that point, Tua was gone
They
down
had
and out.
great,
But
that game was great too. Who was the team that was kind of close?
the
What?
Cardinals, when they were down.
Yes.
Cardinals week 1, they were down
Yes.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns or something, and then
Competent, and the Cardinals actually looks like they're going to be pretty good, whereas the Ravens have been
have blown every
looked
fourth quarter.
pretty
They
bad.
literally almost lost on
Ravens
Sunday.
lose last. Oh, they didn't.
No, they won 28-25 over the Cowboys, but the Cowboys put up 19 points in the fourth quarter on Sunday.
yeah.
The Ravens blew their lead in the fourth quarter to the Raiders, and they blew. I think they were neck and neck with the Chiefs week 1, weren't they? And they blew the
I mean,
lead
I
at the end.
guess it's like
It was-
you
it
can
was
just
like a-
see that's a game that the Chiefs win like 10 out of 10 times almost.
Yeah, but and
I guess
that's
it
obviously
was
a
close, but
good
that one
match.
also wasn't close till the fourth quarter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like the
But the
Ravens,
Ravens,
like they were never gonna win that until the end where they had that chance at a touchdown.
yeah, but the Ravens are known for blowing leads, and they blew it last week. They almost blew it this week.
Yeah.
Do you have another one, Patrick, that you like? I'm going to go with. I like Minnesota outright. I'm going to take the
I like that,
Vikings.
so can I take the Bills instead?
You like the Bills?
And I'll give you my final because if the line changes and they give the Bills more points, I'm gonna take that.
Okay. I
But
won't
for right
post them
now-
until like Friday. I didn't post last week's, but I mean, this is just on the show. If people are watching, if you're going to lock these bets in now, it's
Right
bet-
now, money line, I
value.
guess.
Yeah, right now
It's gonna. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna change that much. Your odds. I don't think the odds are gonna change that much.
Yeah. If
Maybe
anything, the
the
spread
spread.
comes down to 1.5, or it's like
Yeah.
it might shorten, but because
Yeah.
you'll see a lot more money coming on the Bills, and then you'll see the line drop from the Ravens 2.5 down to like 1.5, or it'll be like almost even. So
Yeah.
I like
I'll take those
Vikings. although the Packers still look great with Malik Willis, I'm going to take the Vikings without the points. I'll take the money line. I think Packers are favored at 2.5 points.
Is
And
that in Lambeau?
it's in Lambeau.
Okay, so that
But
should be fun.
yeah, that should be a great game. There's some pretty good games coming up this weekend. I like Nick's take. I don't think Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati might get their first win this weekend, but Carolina does have a chance if they can't stop Andy Dalton. Then it's over. The Cincinnati's Rat Piss organization.
Yeah.
I don't know. They may or may not win. Like it's not a
If they
game where I'd be like,
trade Joe, bro. Restart. Go back to square one.
dye his hair back brown. Like,
or he should dye his hair ginger for this game.
See like how that
goes. See how that goes. Change the luck a little bit.
Did you see his pregame fit?
No,
Joe
bro, I can't stand pregame fits, bro.
Someone said Joe Burrow finds a new way every week to look more and more like a lesbian. If you guys get a chance, look at Joe Burrow's pregame fit from Sunday. It was from last night. It was horrendous. He's wearing like a beige vest over like a white long sleeve with like I think he's wearing like white or beige like baggy pants, and he's got a satchel or something. He looks so bad. He looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
I thought this was going to be such a good game.
I did too, and I'm happy for the Commanders.
Once they answered back.
Dude, that's going to be a tough call. The Miami-Tennessee game, I almost want to go with Miami -1, but they look just as bad as every other bad team. So I don't know how I can pick that. Detroit versus the Seahawks, that'll be a great game. I hope that one's close. Biggest spreads of the week, we have San Francisco -10. The Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites over the Chargers. Houston is a 7-point favorite against Jacksonville. And Dallas is only -6 to New York. Now, I'm off of Dallas. I can't ever bet on them again. But the -6 is kind of tempting versus the Giants, but can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you guys have any player props at all?
I got nothing. I'm gonna have to look at those later.
Okay, no worries. Okay,
right.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next week. I'm gonna finish up with my last pick, but. All right. Damn, this is a hard slate to pick up. Like Nick was just picking upsets, and he could go very positive on those picks, but I guess I'm gonna take Detroit at home, and I will buy 0.5 point. So they're -3.5. Oh, you know what a great bet is? I haven't taken it all this season. An over. We're going to take the over in Detroit, Seattle.
We haven't done any point spreads.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in Seattle, Detroit, because Lions haven't hit the over in 3 weeks. And there's a bettor that I follow that has been betting on the over in the Lions games week after week. Is the only one that screwed him. He does like a 6-leg parlay, and that one has got him out 3 weeks in a row. So this week,
bound to hit eventually.
You have to attack it. I like his angle on it. I'm taking the over in the Seattle-Detroit game, 47.5.
All right.
I hope that doesn't sail under.
Vikings in the over in the other game.
Yes. Vikings, and then the over, I got you on Falcons-Bills, and I have Nick on Giants-Bears. And then we'll get Brandon stuff
I'll send
later.
you a player prop.
Yeah, send me those player props. I did want to cover real quick. There is a bet slip that got sent to me yesterday. So someone had sent me in this bet and told me to give it out on the podcast because this was a hook of the year. It was sad to see. So let's see. Listen to this bet. $20 to win $925. You have Zach Moss anytime touchdown hit. Zach Ertz, 2.5 receptions. He has 5. Joe Burrow, over completions, he hits. Brian Thomas, over receptions, hits. James Cook, over rushing receiving yards, hits. Travis Etienne, over rushing receiving yards, hits. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Hits. One
What?
play
Obviously,
that didn't
one
hit.
thing missed. I knew it was going to be one.
50 Cent, Brian Robinson Jr., over 100 rushing receiving yards. He had 37. $20 to win almost $1,000.
Is he still on the Commanders?
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah,
it was kind of
yeah.
sad. It was sad to see that play. So one of my friends sent me that yesterday, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna put that on the podcast for our betting because
Yeah, that blows,
that's
man.
tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're
Those
watching.
hurt.
That one definitely hurts. So we're gonna pour one out for you, soldier. We'll get
Yeah.
him next week, hopefully. But man, on that
Yeah,
note,
we all need to regroup.
yeah, the
I
betting's
made
been
money
horrible.
this week, but last week was bad.
I lost. I made money week 1, lost the last 2 weeks, and of course I started yesterday with the 325 whale. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
that's
to
huge.
invest that on
That's
Sunday.
still this week.
Yeah, this is this week. So week
That
4
was
is
the only
looking
game
up.
I bet on. Was last night.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
that's
did.
still week 3. So I guess I did technically make money, but
Yeah.
on the pay period, I'm up for week 4. So
Yeah.
all right, well, we got our bets so far. I'll be posting these. Follow us on Instagram, NMI Sport Report. You'll get more bets, more news, more information. The links, everything will be on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys. Leave a comment. Let us know how you guys are liking the show. And on that note, signing off.